What do you usually think about when you're in the shower? I think this is something that I'm always curious about.
Damn, I'm hella wet right now. That's the
You just think about how your body feels.
I don't know. So
Me in bed.
I
Damn, I'm
usually
hella wet right now.
sometimes sometimes I'll play music in the shower. And
Electric
that's
guitar.
a lot more of an experience. Yeah, I bring my guitar to the that's a lot more of an experience.
What do you play?
Like I'll just throw on some music. Like I'll just bring my phone into
Oh,
the
I thought you were
bathroom.
saying you were
Yeah,
playing
I wasn't
it,
bringing my
playing an instrument.
ukulele in there
I was like, maybe
just
they
getting
have
all
waterproof
waterlogged.
ones. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll bring like music into my bathroom while I take a shower, and sometimes that'll be like the experience of
Mhm.
like I'm bathing myself. I'm cleaning my body while enjoying a lovely ditty. And
And
sometimes I'll just like go in and raw dog it. But
just silence.
that's always like
That's sad.
it's unsettling a little bit to take a shower with no music.
Yeah, like you just went through some shit if you're
Yeah,
showering in
yeah.
the silence.
I feel like the water is like dripping down my face, and I'm like like somebody would walk in and be like, "Oh my god, what is that guy going through?
Yeah.
He must have just lost a parent or a dog."
When every time I'm in the shower, I feel like my mind that's when my mind goes like the craziest. Like that's when I'm trying to think of like what happened today, like what could I do creatively? I don't know. That's when I think the most. I don't even really play music when I'm in the shower. Sometimes I do. I feel like if I'm trying to like if I'm about to go out or something and I'm in a really good mood, but I usually shower at night, so I'm just like in my thoughts.
What's your shower routine?
Like
I
what
feel like there's a
step?
correct I feel like there's a correct answer. Yeah, like what is the order of events that happens?
So
What's your shower PEMDAS?
mine's probably different than most people's. Well, the reason is because my hair is longer now, and I've never had long hair.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what I do is I condition my hair. That's the first thing I do before I wash anything because I want the conditioner to sit in there the longest.
When you say you condition your hair, you mean you wash and condition, or you're straight up going to conditioner?
Just conditioner. I only wash my hair twice a week, like with shampoo.
Oh, okay, so you're doing like a co-wash. Like
Yeah.
you're washing it with okay, yeah, yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, so I get it wet because you know how long thick hair is. It takes forever to get wet. It's so
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah.
Like I'll like put my head under the water and then I'll be like, yeah, it's wet. And then I'll like feel it and it feels like I didn't even like I just laid out in the sun. It's still
Yeah, like
dry.
the top is wet, but like the underside is still dry.
Yeah, it's like the earth's core. So what I'll do is I'll get like the conditioner, I'll put it in, and the next thing I do is I'll get my body wash and I'll hit all the hot spots. So I'll go bam,
Hot spots.
bam, downward front, and then
Uh-huh.
I get in there in the back cuz you
Oh
got
my
to.
god, dude.
Full fist. No, I'm kidding. No, but
That's
that's
you gotta do it, man.
yeah,
You
man.
gotta do it.
I'm not
If you're
afraid.
not if you're not elbow deep, you're not clean.
Mom, I'm stuck. Just elbow deep. But okay, so I'll do that and then I go loofah. So I go
Mm,
and I let my hair just simmer the whole
I
time
have a
cuz
question.
yeah.
How often are you replacing your loofah?
When it looks like
When it turns all black from
yeah,
from the mold that's just been growing on it.
when I can't see the original color of the loofah.
When it's basically just turned into a smooth ball.
Yeah. Honestly, when I change it is like when it's because you know when you first buy a loofah, it's got like so much volume, right? It
I'm
feels
not a loofah guy, really.
really. What do you use? Bar of soap?
Well, a bar of soap, but also I have like one of those like brushes
Mhm.
that's got like the soft bristles and the hard
Oh
bristles.
yeah, I want one of
That'll
those.
change your life, man. That'll change
Yeah,
your life.
yeah, I'll have to get one of those. But yeah, I go loofah, and then one thing that happens with loofahs is they get really flat and they start to untangle. And like
Yeah,
it's almost
yeah,
like it starts as a triple knot, and then by the end it's just laces. So you're just like,
yeah.
all right, I guess it's time. I switch mine out probably like every couple months, I would say, pretty often.
I I feel like you have to change them out, like, more often than people think.
Probably.
I don't know off the top of my head how often you need to change a loofah, but
Yeah.
I'm willing to say it's probably, like, every month.
Probably, which is scary. I don't like knowing those things because it's just like I think I'm pretty hygienic, I would say.
I feel like 12 loofahs a year is a reasonable amount. Like, I go through how many chickens a year do you go through, you think?
Like a
Like, whole chickens.
so many, dude. Like I'm taking out like I probably could have my own farmer that
I feel
just
like I'm clearing at least 170 chickens a year.
well, how many tenders would you think a chicken really is? Because then we could do the
That's
math.
that's kinda dark, man. How many chicken tenders is a whole chicken?
Ask somebody that while you're at the restaurant right after they ordered it.
Yeah.
How many chickens is that?
How many chickens is in this tender?
Yeah. How many
That's another
chickens did they
question.
murder for you to have your dinner tonight?
I I feel like, well, 2 tenders is a chicken.
Is it?
Well, every chicken has 2 tenders, man.
Yeah, I mean, well, who knows what they're putting in those tenders, dude? That could be like neck meat or
Chicken,
something.
probably. Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know? Yeah, they're
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
throwing cow in there.
Yeah, they got, like, some, like, leftover monkey shoulder meat from the fucking McRib that they were making.
What do you think the craziest animal meat is? Like,
I
what would
really
taste the
wanna I want
most wild?
this wouldn't taste the most wild, but I would really wanna try penguin.
Do you?
'Cause they have anything that's like an Arctic creature has a lot of blubber on it, and
Oh yeah.
I'm I'm curious. I think it'd be gamey, though. I'd try it once.
Yeah, like what form though? What kind of penguin are you having? Like a
Like
6 ounce or?
maybe like a I don't think I'd do steak. I don't think I'd do a penguin steak. I feel like that's too fancy. That's
Yeah,
too I think maybe like a
quesadilla.
penguin quesadilla
That might slap.
I could get behind it, especially if the meat's a weird color. I feel like it would be.
Yeah.
Like, I kinda want the meat to be black and white.
Yeah, it's instant food poisoning. Yeah.
I I feel like I could do like a penguin breast and, like
Mhm.
I think I would do this. I think if in my perfect world, I could go to the Arctic
Mhm.
or to, like, Patagonia where there's like, delicious, potentially, penguins, and if I could bring an entire KFC, like,
Oh my god.
I think I would like for them to prepare a family bucket, but instead of all the chicken parts, sub that for penguin.
Can I get a family bucket, sub chicken?
Sub chicken,
Add penguin?
extra penguin,
Yeah.
extra crispy.
Oh, man. I mean, what's a penguin's life even is it
They're gross creatures, bro.
are they?
They're actually really gross creatures. They're very violent and they shit everywhere constantly. It's like the main thing they do.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
what are they even eating?
Fish.
I mean, that's a good diet, though. Pescatarian? Their macros gotta be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could be a lot of omega 3s.
Well, do you think an animal tastes better if it lives in a warm climate or like an icy cold climate?
What's the most delicious animal you could think of right now? I'm gonna base my answer off that.
Chicken, but like outside of that, like an exotic animal, are we talking?
Just generally. Chicken's
Chicken.
the most I don't think so, bro.
Hmm.
Cows are like from Ireland, right?
Are they? Yeah. I mean,
That sounds right. I don't know.
they're kind of everywhere.
Yeah, but because of factory farming.
Yeah. The guy that doesn't know how food works.
I don't get it. What do you mean they're not indigenous, man? They're right here.
Yeah,
They're at this
I can
Pepperidge
see
Farms.
them. Yeah. Uh, probably a place with a lot of grass. So Ireland, yeah, that sounds like
Yeah, they got grass in abundance there. That's where they shot Lord of the Rings. Famously, a lot of grass.
what wouldn't that be crazy if you could walk outside and there's just slices of pizza covering your entire yard. Like, that's what it's like almost.
That's what it's like to be a cow
Yeah, just
in
endless, like a
Ireland.
buffet. You just walk
Yeah,
and there's a
that's a
buffet.
good observation. I actually have never thought about
You're
that.
like, "Oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't have to go grocery shopping."
that that would be pretty. Well, but I mean, I guess you could like make the equivalent of that. Just be like, you live like on an apple farm.
Or in a Walmart.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you live in a Walmart, I feel like you got other problems.
Yeah, probably. You're probably in a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you hear about that one guy that made, like I don't know what the exact number was, but, like, 500,000? He had, like, a wife and kids too.
Wait, hang on. Before okay,
Yeah,
I really wanna talk about that. But go back to what we
got you.
the animal.
Most delicious animal?
No, what was why did I ask that? What was I getting
Oh,
back from?
we were trying to think of, like, the climate, right? Hot versus cold. Like, what would taste
Oh, what yeah, what are animals from a hot climate more delicious than animals from a cold climate?
Yeah. I think warm, 'cause
I think warm. Warm climate animals probably have an easier life, and I feel like if you have a really easy life, you're more delicious.
and if your muscles are relaxed, because I feel like if
Yeah.
you're cold, just imagine eating somebody and they're just ice cold for like
Yeah.
years, their whole life.
Yeah.
It would be like, there's no way I'm chewing through this. You got to throw it back in the air fryer or something,
Uh-huh.
you
That's why
know?
billionaires are, like, gonna be so delicious
Yeah, that would be
because
the
they
first
live
person.
such easy lives.
Yeah.
Like, Jeff Bezos, he probably he looks like he tastes sour.
Yeah. You'd have to
You know what I
find someone
mean?
who takes care of themselves too, right?
What's that one what about that one guy who's, like, 40 years old,
Oh,
and he's,
God.
like, spending $1 billion to look 35?
That guy, there's no way he tastes good.
It's so funny to me that he just, like he looks I feel like it's funnier that he looks like he's in his 30s than if he just like it wasn't working at all. Like he's like in his
Yeah.
40s and he looks like he's in his 30s. I feel like the life that he's living is not worth that trade-off.
No, not at all. Well, to me, he looks like a vampire who like stole a body of a 30-year-old and then like
Yeah.
he's still a vampire though. Like he's
Yeah.
translucent.
He like in he like steals his son's blood.
Yeah, that is
That's crazy.
next
How do
level
you
commitment.
how do you broach that topic with your kid?
I don't know. It's like starts off as like, so how was school? Like, and then
You wanna
slowly.
have a catch, bud? We should talk about some stuff while we're out there.
I feel like that's one of those questions where it's like Johnny has 3 apples, but it's like Johnny's dad has 3 ounces of his son's blood.
Mhm.
And then you're like trying to figure it out. He's like, hey, we should do this.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah, I don't know. That's just blood and stuff like that. That freaks me out. Like I watched the video where he talked about all of the stuff that he does, like the regimen,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah,
just like the only thing you're focused on in life. So like I feel like you
yeah,
lose all that experience of life to like try to stay young. It's like could have just
exactly.
lived.
Yeah. I feel like dude, I like I like eating,
Yeah,
I like drinking,
yeah.
I like, going outside. That guy doesn't do any of that stuff.
No, he's like taking 17 vitamins per 30 minutes, and he's like always getting tested by doctor. It's like
Yeah.
if you have doctors in your house constantly, that's probably
Yeah,
not
yeah.
good. You
That's a
know?
bad sign, dog.
Yeah.
The only people who are doing that are people who are, like, actively dying.
Yeah. And they're trying to solve something. So I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, I mean, the animal thing though, I wanted to pick an animal for what I think would taste the best
Okay,
because
what animal would taste the best in the world?
say you have no memory of taste. Like you've never had
Okay.
chicken, cow, any just like off of an eye test, what are you picking?
I wake up from a 12-year coma with no recollection of food whatsoever. I'm trying to get in
Yes.
the headspace.
Yep.
And I have a lineup of animals
Mhm.
in this scenario. What am I picking? Probably a fish, dude. Fish, I feel like look appetizing.
Yeah.
Unless they're I don't know, some fish look weird though. Some fish look like they're panicked.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
within due reason, though, like, they're constantly getting hunted by other fish
By
or
bigger fish.
yeah.
There's always a bigger fish, man. I
Yeah,
hear that shit all the time.
yeah. Well, do blue whales eat sharks? Could they? They probably could,
I don't
right? They're
I
massive.
think blue whales eat like a billion plankton for every meal. That's
Dude,
crazy. Actually,
ho
now that I said that out loud, that's actually wild.
how do they burn all those calories? Or they just keep growing?
I Why? That's a weird thing to have to do evolutionarily.
Yeah.
Like from an evolutionary perspective, your main food source is like a billion times smaller than you, and you have to eat a million of them
Oh my
every day. Although I guess we do that with rice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just think of, like, a small food for humans. But imagine rice running away from you,
True. I don't like rice that
and you're
much.
just like, "Oh, I gotta catch these things again."
Yeah, yeah. And you could only use your mouth.
Yeah, you're just like
Yeah.
you know how crazy you'd look, like, in the middle of, like, a grocery store, just
Yeah.
swimming rice into your mouth?
So maybe fish.
Yeah. Like
Chickens
a
do not look appetizing to me, man.
no, yeah, if you see it like a chicken in
They're little
its
dinosaurs.
yeah, in its basic form, feathers and all,
Yeah.
it's like, how do we get tenders
Yeah,
of that?
default chickens do not look appetizing. In fact, if you get them young enough, okay, I don't like how I said that.
The chickens.
Yeah,
The chickens.
if you observe a chicken at an early stage in its life, it's
Okay.
pretty cute.
Yeah. I mean, that's most animals, right?
I don't know, dude. Baby
What's an
birds are kind
ugly
of gross.
Yeah,
But I
they
guess
look
chickens are birds.
yeah.
What's an ugly animal? Now, okay,
Human babies look pretty wild.
human babies are fucking gross up until the point that they turn like 3.
Well, you know what annoys me about babies is I don't know if annoy is a very strong word, but you know when you
I'm annoyed
see
by babies.
you
I
know when
feel
you
like that's a safe word to use.
you know when you see parents like post a picture of their baby and it's like
Mhm.
they're hiding the face, like anybody's gonna recognize
Yeah.
like who that's gonna be in 30 years or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like I get it, right? We have AI that could probably do some crazy stuff by then, but it's like no one cares.
I think it's like a darker thing, actually. I think it's
Is
that
it?
they're trying to protect their child from being like from like pictures of them being circulated, like as a child.
At that
You
young of
know,
an age?
the internet is dark, bro.
Yeah, I guess there are some messed up people. I mean, I
Although
get it though.
babies are weird to look at too, though,
Yeah, maybe
because
it's
they
just
don't.
that. They're just high.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like, don't
true.
look at
Maybe
it.
they're just embarrassed. They're like,
Yeah.
he doesn't even have all his. He has too many bones right now. Don't look at him.
Yeah, dude, baby's anatomy is crazy.
Yeah, so gross. You ever see a baby skull?
I don't
That's
even know.
actually super dark now that I say it out loud. But like, if you look at a baby skull, they all of their baby teeth are in, right?
Yeah.
But above that, their adult teeth, they're there. They're like they're
Really?
formed. And then once they start growing in, the baby teeth fall out. Obviously, you've been there. Um,
Yeah.
but it's a weird thing to look at.
Yeah.
And babies are like 40, they're like 40% head up until the point that they're like 2.
Just super top heavy.
They're super top heavy, just like absolute bobbleheads. Some real no use of the arms whatsoever.
Yeah, zero Fortnite skills. Y-
They're such gross creatures.
What's the earliest like memory that you have?
My dad is a twin,
Uh-huh.
and I think the earliest memory I have is being at my uncle's house with my dad, his twin brother,
Uh-huh.
and looking for my dad, thinking I saw him, looking at my uncle and realizing, "Hey, you're not my dad."
Yeah, that is my mom is a twin as well, so I can relate to that. It's pretty wild.
Twins are weird as a concept.
Yeah, I would not want one.
There's
I'm
just
sure it's
like
cool in some ways,
2
though.
of you.
Yeah. Like, stop jocking my style, but for life.
But for real. Yeah,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
but for real, you think like me, and I don't like it.
I You know what I think is like a hilarious predicament to be
Hmm.
in?
Hmm.
To For 2 twins and one of them is gay, because it's
Mhm.
like everybody's gonna be looking at you like, so like, just one of you guys?
Oh, yeah, there's pressure, added
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah,
We're all
yeah.
waiting.
Like, we're cool with, him doing his thing, you
Yeah.
know? But it's just him?
Yeah. Have you ever met triplets before?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a trio of triplets at my high school. They were my sister's grade, my younger sister's grade.
Uh-huh.
There was 2 girls and a guy,
2 girls
and
and a guy? Okay.
so 2 twin sisters and then 1 spare boy,
Right.
and I don't know, dude, I feel like that's a weird dynamic because, like, you always have a homie, I guess, so that's cool,
Yeah.
but also, like, dude, I don't even like, sometimes I just, like, need to get out of my apartment 'cause I
Mhm.
I I'm s I don't know. Like, running into the same person too often kinda bothers me.
Mhm.
Imagine if that was, like, your whole life.
I f I don't know. I didn't even have I'm an only child, so, like, going from that to, like, being a twin would be it would blow my mind. And I feel like most of the time, like, if you see, like, this like, Dylan and Cole Sprouse, like,
Uh
you have to your whole life is trying to be an individual, like, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
picking, like, different hairstyles, different music tastes, you're trying to
Uh-huh.
sound different. Like, there's so many different elements, and it's like, dude, life's hard enough.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to be yourself even harder because you have, like, someone who's literally like,
Has your face.
has your DNA, your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Pretty
would
wild. I wrote down a couple of random thoughts that I thought I don't know what I thought, I just wrote them down. The first one is getting an Apple Pro Vision specifically for VR porn. But, like, you know how you see people out in the world just wearing them?
He's just wearing oh my god, you have to be such an insane person.
You're just, like, on the subway, and you're like,
Yeah, because you have to pinch to, like, click and move
"Yeah,
stuff.
yeah." That thing is fucking stupid. Like, I'm pretty comfortable saying the Apple Pro Vision, pretty fucking stupid.
Do you feel like it's just like a
IMO.
you feel like it's like a tech flex, pretty much?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Because
Because
it's just a PC. It's like a VR, but it has a PC in it. But it's like it feels like what are you gonna need this for real?
I genuinely don't know how it's any different than Google Glass. You
Mhm.
remember Google Glass? It was like the glasses that, like, Google was like, "Dude, everybody's gonna be wearing this shit in, like,
Yeah.
5 years." And then,
Yeah.
like, the next year, we were like, "Nobody's gonna be wearing that shit ever."
Yeah, yeah. Like a
I
little
feel like
gimmick.
Apple Pro Vision or Viz or whatever the fuck it's called,
Mhm.
it's the exact same thing. It's so stupid, you look dumb, and I feel like every time I see a video of somebody wearing one of those things on their face, I'm just thinking like, "Man, that person is, like, super easy to rob."
Yeah, well, that's what everyone was saying after, like, the Casey Neistat video was, like, the only reason they didn't rob him is because he had a cameraman on him the whole time, but, like,
Yeah,
imagine just regular Joe Schmo walking around,
yeah,
like, he's for sure getting robbed on that New York subway. Like, that's gonna
yes,
happen. He's gonna get stabbed.
yes.
He's gonna think he's like, "Oh my god, this is so realistic. Oh, wait, I'm bleeding."
Yeah, and I hate to say this, but I feel like you deserve it a little bit.
Yeah?
Like, I don't
How
know,
many
maybe it's
stabs?
just
How many stabs do you
you get,
deserve?
like, 1 small stab, and then
One
it's too
freebie.
far.
One
1 small
freebie.
stab you deserved, anything more is too much. But,
Right,
like,
right.
don't spend it's $2,000.
It's 34.99.
I'm gonna fucking hurt something.
Yeah, it's so much.
It's $3,500,
Yeah.
dude. I thought it was 2 grand.
Yup. Double it and give it to the next person.
$3,500 just to be like, "Look at me. I'm very easy to steal from."
Mhm.
Ah,
Did
fucking
you see, like, the avatars with it? It looks like a blurred, like, Mid-Journey AI version of you, like, it's so bad.
I just I don't get it. Who is it for? I know who it's for. It's for people who have $3,500 and nothing to spend it on.
Yeah, pretty
God
much.
damn it. So dumb. So dumb. So dumb.
I could definitely see if you're, like, a tech YouTuber, but other than that, like,
Yeah.
why?
Not a huge market there.
Because, you could get, like, an Oculus for, like, 3 or 4 or 500, like, in
Yeah.
that range, and you're spending 3,500. I don't know.
Crazy.
What
Okay, I
else
also
you got?
wrote down cucks, comma, why. I think
Okay.
I think my thought process there was like, what is the process of like realizing like, huh, I think I would like my girlfriend to get fucked in front of me. Like what how do you come
Hmm.
to that conclusion? Is it like a humiliation thing?
It might be in the same vessel as that, but
We should ask Sneeko.
yeah, that I mean, it's hard for me to, I can guess, I can speculate.
Yeah.
I I am kind of envious of people that have kinks that I don't though, because it's like, damn, you have more variety, like
Yeah,
think about the
yeah.
guys that are only into like like missionary, like
Yeah, like Mormons.
yeah, or
Yeah.
just like whatever it's called, soaking.
Yeah, is that not I feel like that's what Mormons do, no?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I feel
So,
like I could kinda get behind that though, to be honest. I'd
yeah.
be like, you know, we'll give it a shot.
Hey,
Maybe I'm Mormon.
we're standing in line at the movie theater. Let's knock out a soak.
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve at the gym? I'd love to know that.
Probably people just not wiping shit down, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, that's I feel like I recognize that going to the gym is, like, pretty nerve-wracking for a lot of people.
Mhm.
So, I try to be, like, a friendly face and, like, try to be cool. Like, actually, a girl asked me the other day, to, like, show her how to use a machine, and I
Mhm.
was, like, very flattered by that because I was like, "Huh, I'm a friendly face."
Mhm.
But, I if I see if I see you not wipe down a machine, immediately I'm like, "Fuck this guy."
Instantly.
Instantly.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, dude, it's like the simplest thing. And I got COVID from my gym
Oh,
like a year or 2 ago, or like a
yeah.
year and a half ago. And I don't know, ever since then, something snapped inside me. And I try to be very like
Mhm.
clean in
Mhm.
my gym now.
Mhm. That's an
Either
interesting one,
that
but I get it.
or like or the guy who just like, doesn't read the room.
Yeah.
He's just like busting out PRs, screaming in
Ugh.
in a Planet Fitness.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like
Mhm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like, grunting a little bit or like, you know, sometimes you just need a little bit, "Ugh," you know?
Yeah.
But there's a line.
Right. What do you like? What do you think? What do you think goes through their head? Do you think they have no idea? They just can't be self-aware, right? If you're doing all that?
Yeah, I think that's probably it. I think it's just like I think you just don't take other people into account that much.
Yeah.
How do you feel about tripods, like the people who bring cameras into the gym?
I luckily don't have that issue. I bet if I lived in like a bigger city, like LA or something like that,
Yeah.
then I for sure see it. I think there's a way to do it, like, and be courteous, like make sure people aren't behind. Because I'll film stuff of me, like I want to make sure I have good form, or I'm gonna post something on Instagram that I hope people
Yeah.
see, and I'll make sure that people aren't in my shot. But if you're like bringing a
Yeah.
full tripod setup and you're like, "What's up?" You like you go
Yeah, yeah.
influencer mode, then it's kind of like you gotta. It's public.
I feel so I go to a Planet Fitness,
How do you feel
and
about the lunk alarm, by the way? Because that was in my notes. That's why I brought this up.
I have never seen it go off. I've been going
Really?
to Planet Fitness for a year and a half and have never seen it go off.
I've seen it go off before. It
I think it
is
depends on
loud.
the Planet Fitness.
Really? Oh, maybe
I
the
think it's like
sensitivity.
I think it. Well, is it like an automatic thing? I thought it was like a thing that the workers have to ring.
I don't know, actually. I thought it was automatic.
Because I feel like if you have cool people working at your gym,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like there's some like there's some meatheads in my gym, including
Mhm.
me maybe.
Yeah,
Um
for sure.
Thanks, man.
Dude, when I think of a meathead though, I'm thinking of a dude that's like 250.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You don't wanna be a
There's a
meathead.
there's a guy at my gym who always shows up with a tripod
Yeah.
and a ring light and
Dude, that's
and
awesome.
he like he puts his phone on it and he like records his sets and like he doesn't bother anybody, so like I don't have a problem with it.
Mhm.
But like I don't know, it does draw some attention. Like you have to be pretty secure to bring in a ring light to Planet Fitness.
A ring light's crazy.
Yeah.
Does
And it's not
he
like a small one that goes on your phone. It's like that big.
he's just setting up like a production set
Yeah.
to
He goes up
like
to the work. He's like, "Do you guys have anywhere I could plug in my Aperture 120?"
Yeah. That I mean, does he talk to the camera though? Like is he like that or he's just literally strictly
I don't know.
filming?
I actually have not noticed him talking to the camera.
That's
It
good.
really does seem like he's just like he just wants to get a good shot of his squats or something.
Right. I mean,
Which like I don't have a problem with, you know?
yeah.
But
As long
imagine you're
as
like going to Planet Fitness and like Sam Sulek walks in.
yeah, I mean, he's pretty chill, so he would be
He's
fine.
super chill.
But like someone like
But
as big as him,
somebody like as yoked as he is with like an actual like camera and a tripod. I think at first you're definitely like that guy has to be super confident.
yeah.
Like you're definitely gonna get some looks.
Mhm. Dude, that's how I felt when I wore a crop top to the gym for the first time. I was like, "This feels weird." Like,
Yeah.
because I was like, "Where's all this extra like air coming in?" It felt like someone was like carrying around an AC to my stomach the whole time because I wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
It's like if you shave your head and then you feel all of like the current go through your
Uh-huh.
follicles. But dude, what I was gonna say about the gym, because one of my biggest pet peeves, and it doesn't happen as much, but there was this person. I think like one or two people would have done it before, but basically what they would do is they would do like supersets. So
Okay.
they would put their water bottle at one section, one machine,
Yeah.
and then go and work out at another. And in the middle of working out through sets, they would talk to their friend. So they're taking up
Oh, okay.
two
Yeah.
machines for like 45 minutes and I'm just like, dude, I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know? And it got to a point where I would just go to the empty machine. I didn't care if his water bottle was there. And then he would walk up and be like, "Do you need this?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, I do, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't really have that problem anymore with people at the gym, but it happened for a while and I was just like, "Dude, this is a public gym." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not really a superset person.
Me neither.
Um, Sort of for that reason.
Mhm.
Because like, dude, I don't want to I don't think that there's anything wrong with it if the gym is like slow
Right.
or like there's like another machine that's available. But
Yeah.
like doing a superset and then taking forever in between sets, that's that is bad gym etiquette. Like
Yeah.
you don't that's a lack of social awareness.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I feel like there are every once in a while you'll get somebody that comes in that just you can tell they've never been to a gym or if they have, they've never been like corrected or with somebody that
Oh
knows how to
yeah,
act.
totally.
So like one time I went to the gym, this was years ago. This dude legitimately takes his shirt off
Yep.
and
Yeah.
starts does a whole workout regimen. I'm like, this guy is topless at a gym?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I think it depends on the gym, I guess. Like maybe if you're like at a
If it's
like
on a
a
beach,
yeah, maybe if
like
you're like at Muscle Beach, maybe if you're
yeah.
at like a Gold's, maybe.
Right.
But I don't know. Like you show up to like a commercial gym and you take the tarp off.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to be really really cool for me not to be like, man, fuck this guy.
Yeah. Everyone's pretty good at like wiping down machines, which that's really cool about my gym. I don't have to worry about that. Some people won't re-rack their weights though, like every once in a while. And I'm just like, I always
Yeah,
do it.
that's a douchey move too.
I'll even re-rack stuff for other people. Like there was this one time this girl went up to a bench and there was like a 55-pound weight. And this girl was tiny. There was no way
Yeah.
I was gonna let her like try to pick that up or move it. And I was just like, "Oh, I'll move this. These aren't mine. There was two of them." I was like, "I don't know who left these here, but let me move them." But it's like, how do you leave 55 dumbbells just
Yeah.
chilling? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Blows my mind. How about sparkling water? I feel like you're a sparkling water
Dude,
guy.
I fucking love sparkling water. Sparkling over still every day of my life, dude. I with a Pamplemousse LaCroix, a Topo Chico, dude, a fucking I'm so fucking California, I hate it. A bubbly, a bubbly.
And that's where we disagree for the first time on the pod.
Dude, I sparkling water is it gives me the essence of what I need. Cause like I used to be a soda person. Like growing up, I drank a lot of soda,
Mhm.
and it's so bad for your teeth,
Yeah.
and it's like dehydrating, and it's fucking crazy how much sugar is in a can of soda.
Mhm.
Um, but I switched to LaCroix specifically just because LaCroix is cheap, but also there's so much good sparkling water out there, dude. A Topo Chico is fucking big dubs. And Topo Chico is the one I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, sparkling water over still if I'm given the opportunity. Unless like, I don't know, I'm like using it for like my pre-workout or something. But even still, I think I'd rather have sparkling.
Pre-workout? You have like a fruit pre-workout, right?
I have like a fruity pre-workout, yeah.
'Cause I would say sparkling chocolate does not sound.
Yeah, gross. Chocolate pre-workout? Do you do that?
No, no. That's
Is
always
that
like
a
a
thing?
protein shake. I don't know. That should be illegal probably.
Yeah, that's gross.
But like, yeah, sparkling water, man. I had what was it called? The Liquid Death. And I usually they're like fine. Those are like the
Yeah.
best ones because they have the most flavor. But I
Uh-huh.
just like took a sip. I drank like half of it, and I was just like, man, like I feel like like I feel like they made it at the factory, and then halfway through the process, they're like, we'll just ship this out. Like it's done.
Like it's not done
Yeah,
yet.
it's
It's
not
not
finished. It's like a
finished.
50% completed. Like I feel like I'm playing a game that's like half finished.
Yeah.
So I'll drink it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, fizz, and then I'll be like, oh, next is the flavor.
But that's the thing though, because like usually I'm only really drinking the sparkling water because like water is just a little boring and it gives me just enough to scratch the itch. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like it's like an it's the water equivalent to nicotine gum.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
gives you just enough to scratch the itch without you having to light one up.
Yeah. But like, what about like energy drinks with no sugar?
Dude, and that shit is so bad. So bad for you. So bad for you, it's crazy.
What about crack cocaine
Okay, well, that is a good substitute.
with sparkling water?
Yeah,
Gotta wash it down. No, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, sparkling water. It's one of those things. Either you love it or you hate it.
I love it.
I really wish I've tried, man. I've tried so hard. It's like I feel like it's the relationship that I've just kept going back to the ex, but it doesn't work out.
I found out recently that sparkling water is apparently very popular amongst alcoholics.
Really?
Yeah, like, I think for the same reason that I just
Mm,
gave, where it's like the texture of it and the flavor of it is enough to just barely scratch the itch.
mm-hmm. That makes sense. So just, I mean, if you're really trying to recover, you're chewing the nicotine gum or the nicotine free
Yeah.
gum, and then you're drinking some
So now
sparkle.
the real test is me getting addicted to cigarettes and becoming an alcoholic, and then seeing if I can just like drink LaCroix to get over it.
Yeah, just completely ruin your life for a test. I'm so down for that. It'll make for the good podcast. Um, have you ever had anybody DM you and ask you why you blocked them?
I think maybe when I was younger, because like that's weirdly confrontational,
Mm-hmm.
and it's if I've blocked you, like, dude, I just don't want to see or hear from you. So
Yeah.
like, why are you? Why are you reaching out?
Yeah.
You're already in the negative.
Can you imagine someone being like, "Oh, I did?" Like,
Yeah,
"Oh
yeah.
my god, I pressed 3
I'm
buttons in a row on
yeah,
accident."
yeah. I'm
Like,
sure that's a lot of people's response because people hate confrontation.
yeah. I usually just don't respond. I mean, I don't I rarely block people, but, like, it's just always been funny to me if it gets asked. It's like, I don't why would you nobody is that important. Like, I am not important
Mhm.
enough to ask why, like, just this is our these are our paths, like, go your way, and I hope everything goes well. I'll go my way, like,
The
I don't
one that
know.
really blows my mind is why did you unfollow me?
Yeah.
Because you weren't posting anything that I found interesting, dog. It's
Simple as
not
that.
it's not personal.
Yeah. People take it personal for sure.
People take social media like it's their real life. A lot of
Yeah.
people think social media is like real life, this is important.
Dude, that's like, have you ever seen like a tweet about an opinion? It turns into this whole thing, and it's like people think opinions are like objective on the internet, you
I
know?
don't know, man. Like, I think everybody okay, everybody's for sure entitled to opinions and everybody's for
For sure.
sure entitled to disagree. Um, but like, I don't know, the some I feel like so many people online underestimate or rather so many people online overestimate just how big and important the internet actually is to like
Mhm.
the average person.
Mhm.
Cause like you could if you're like chronically online, you know no nobody at my 9 to 5 knows what skibbity toilet is.
No. Not at all.
And there's a lot of shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That I mean, I was chronically on Twitter, like, it was, like, November, I think it was, of last year, where my screen time got so bad where I was like, "I need to make a change." It was, like, 13 hours a day.
Yeah, it's
Like,
tough.
insane, and then I delete Twitter, and it's like, "Oh, Twitter," like, everything on Twitter isn't real. Like, there's
Mhm.
more to life, and it just changed my perspective, and I made it more difficult to get on there, so I'd have to type in my username and password just so I wouldn't get on it as easy.
Yeah.
And every time I'd go on, I mean, I'm not even just saying this, but it was truly negative stuff, and I'm just like, "Wow." Like, now that I can see it from, like, a third person perspective per se, it was so obvious, like, "Damn, I'm glad I deleted the app." And I probably should do that for
Yeah.
more apps, but, you know, it's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes you need stuff for being on the internet or whatever, but yeah.
You know what's unfortunate is like I like Twitter a lot because like it's a good news aggregate. Like there's a lot of
Mhm.
journalists who like break their stories on Twitter and like if something's happening, you could quickly disseminate a lot of information. And I
Mhm.
think the community notes thing
Yeah.
is actually very, very helpful.
Yeah.
But like everything else about Twitter is just a garbage fire.
Mhm.
Especially since fucking Elon Musk bought that shit, dude. Twitter
Monetization.
sucks so much.
Yeah, because it's just you didn't think Twitter could get worse, and it did somehow,
Yeah.
you know?
He found a way, dude. He
Yeah.
innovated.
What's your platform that you prefer? Like, just to consume?
Instagram.
Instagram?
Instagram just because I've trained my Instagram the most effectively. So
Mhm.
like Instagram really just shows me like other musicians, other artists, and like some fucking chick I went to high school with who's pregnant with her third kid.
Nice.
And and that one is like, okay, show me less of this.
Yeah.
um TikTok is really cool, but TikTok's algorithm is just straight up the Wild West, bro.
Dude, I figured out a way to make TikTok somewhat valuable. I There's a setting in there on your profile or whatever where you can basically have a separate algorithm. You remember when they had all those, I don't know if they were true or rumors or news or whatever, but they said like in China for kids under a certain age, they could only
Yes,
look at
yeah,
certain.
only science and, like, nature and, like, they only
Yeah,
get, like, 40 minutes. What is the Chinese version of TikTok called?
I'm not sure. I know what you're
Oh
talking
my
about though.
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I'm
basically, yeah, there is this like basically there is this option to have a separate algorithm in like our apps, and it's called STEM, and it's so sick. Like I'm learning stuff about space and animals and stuff, and it's like
yeah.
I feel educated. Whereas if I go over to the For You, it's like the worst meme you've ever seen, but it makes me laugh. So
Yeah.
it's like now I at least have some value from TikTok, and I wish I could do that with everything.
I don't and the I don't know, I don't wanna sound like an old man because like, I don't think there's anything wrong with TikTok necessarily or, like, social media even
Hmm.
necessarily. It's just like you said, you really, really, really need to find a way to, like, strike the balance of, like,
Hmm.
"This has to be good for me."
Yeah.
Because so often social media just turns into, like, "I hate myself."
Hmm. The app limits as well. I put like I make I think it's in the book Atomic Habits where he basically says if you want to break a bad habit, you just make it more difficult. You add steps. So like
Uh-huh,
when I deleted Twitter, I made it so I have to go through Safari, log in every time. So it makes it harder. And the same thing with TikTok. Like I have it's like app limit time. So if I go over like an
uh-huh,
hour or two, then it makes me type in a password. So it's at least I'm a reminder of like, hey, you've already done this thing for this long. Do you want to continue? You know?
mhm.
So that type of stuff helps a little bit, at least. At least it's a reminder, if anything.
I do something similar with, like, how I eat.
Really?
Yeah, instead of, like so I don't tell myself, like, "Oh, I can't eat this or that." I just, like, make it more difficult.
How
So,
so?
like, I don't, uh I don't say, like, "Oh, I can't, like, eat out or eat fast food or whatever," but I can't order it. So, like, I have to,
Oh,
like, physically go to the restaurant
okay.
if I wanna eat. Like, if I wanna go out or, like, I don't buy chips. Like, I can
Really?
eat chips, but,
Mhm.
like, if I wanna eat chips, I have to, like, go to, like, a 7-Eleven or something to go get a bag of chips.
Mhm.
Like, I don't buy any snacks or anything like that on my grocery trips.
What do you eat as for snacks?
These days, a lot of PB&Js. I fucking love a good
Oh,
PB&J.
dude. Do you
And
use
PB&Js are such an easy, like, thing to, like,
Yeah,
make, like, not because like peanut butter is so calorically dense, it's actually crazy. Just
right.
I just buy PB2, buy some like sugar-free syrup and make that and I honestly prefer that over regular peanut butter. And it's like
Really?
literally like an eighth of the calories.
And
And like
then
a serving of peanut butter, which is like a tablespoon, is like 180.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like this should feed a family of 4, not just me.
Yeah. It's crazy like how the amount of like calories that are in certain foods.
Yeah. Like, especially, like, how when you eat, like, fish or anything, it's like, how is this 100 calories? It's, like, the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
size as, like, a tender or, like, a sirloin.
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't know. I just wanna get
That's why, like,
shredded.
going to McDonald's and it's like, "Dude, this fucking burger is 1,200 calories.
It's like a single.
I just had a whole meal that was 800."
Mhm.
Pretty crazy. What the
Yeah.
fuck are they doing at McDonald's, man?
I don't know. Like, the whole ice cream machine meme, though, like, that's not even a meme. It happens at my McDonald's. When I used to eat there, it always was broke, and it's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing over there? Buy another brand, or I'll make it."
You know why?
'Cause they clean
And
it?
they don't clean it.
Right.
So they just don't clean it, and then, like, milk starts to spoil in it,
Yeah.
and, like, then the whole fucking machine is disgusting.
Yeah. So what happens when it's broke? Oh, there's just it's just broken, like, it's just
Yeah.
set to default
There's like
broke?
a new ecosystem that's growing in there. You can't get anything.
There's like just a tropical forest in the back of McDonald's because they didn't clean their ice cream machine.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the nastiest meal that you could create in your mind that would just kill you instantly?
Like an actual meal or like something that I'm like actually trying to make good, right?
Yeah. No,
Probably like
just like if you had to order the, you know how they say like death row, what's your last meal? Let's
uh
say the goal is to kill you. What are you ordering?
and it has to be food. I can't just like eat poison.
No, it has to be food.
What am I gonna eat that like would be so gross that it's like genuinely like debilitating?
Yeah.
I don't like congealed blood. Like there's like some pho or like some soups that
Oh,
like they'll put like like blood in it. I don't know the
really?
actual like name is it,
Yeah.
but like in a broth it's fine. But if you just eat it, it's
Yeah.
got such a specific iron taste that like
Oh,
really like it feels like if you just eat that, it feels like you bit the inside of your cheek.
yeah.
And it gets me in a way that other foods don't.
Yeah. I was thinking like a like KFC tender meal, a McDouble,
KFC penguin.
KFC penguin, a three-piece penguin meal with a hmm, I don't know.
With a biscuit.
McFlurries got to kill you somehow.
I feel like a McFlurry could kill like a Victorian child.
How many McFlurries do you think it would take to kill you?
Me?
Yeah.
How many McFlurries could I eat before I died?
Yeah.
Dude, we're talking at least 200.
Do you know how many 200 is?
I could 150.
Dude,
I
you
could
are out of your
I
mind.
could
Do
easily
you know
put
how
away
numbers work?
I could easily. Okay, now that I think about it, maybe
Like
closer to
12
100.
to kill
No,
you.
I've to kill me to like legitimately kill me.
Like 4 gallons of water will kill you.
Not me.
Who are you? So you're saying you could eat 100 McFlurries before you
how
die?
many how many gallons of ice cream are would how many McFlurries translates to 1 gallon of ice cream?
Let's say 8.
I could eat 100 McFlurries.
You're
Cuz I'm
actually
thinking
so
like
dumb.
I could e I could eat 12 gallons of ice
Oh
cream.
my god.
I
The
could.
definition of stupidly confident. Oh.
I could eat 12 gallons of ice cream. I feel like it wouldn't even get hard until like 6.
Dude, this is coming from the same guy that said he could like beat up a rhino when we're playing Fall Guys.
If I had like a
Oh.
sword, I feel like
Dude, all that would happen is the rhino would bull rush through you through the
no, dude,
sword.
I'm more agile than you're giving me credit for.
How fast does a rhino run? I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'm willing to bet it's sub 20.
Rhino run speed.
Rhino run stats.
31 miles per hour, dude. There's no way.
All right. I was a little unprepared for that to be the number.
It's like, I will eat 100 McFlurries before the fight, too. Like,
I could 100% eat 100. If I was trying to kill myself via McFlurry, it would require 100. Toppings?
we'll say no toppings.
No toppings, 100.
There's no way. Oh, man. I would probably die at like 20.
Dude, you need
Like,
to be fucking realistic.
I am. That's the problem.
20 McFlurries? Hang on. Am I not understanding what I have
I
to
don't
Google
think you
McFlurry?
do.
I feel like
How big?
McFlurry. The machine is broken so goddamn often that I can't even remember what they look like. Dude, in this little ass cup,
You could,
100.
if it's a snack size, then 100 is still so much.
100. Hang on.
There's no.
How many calories in a McFlurry?
How many? It's gonna blow your mind.
I feel like it's like 900.
That's my point. Like times
803.
times that
Dude,
by 100. You're not
oh my
consuming
god, dude.
three quarters of a million.
I could get to 60 before my body starts going like, "Yo, what the fuck are we doing, dude?"
Dude, that's so many. Can you even
Hang
eat
on.
a whole pizza?
Yes,
How many?
absolutely. How many whole pizzas can I
105. Like,
eat? How many what kind of toppings are we talking?
just pepperoni.
Fuck, okay. Like, at what point do I throw up or what point would I have to stop eating?
Stop eating.
Like, physically?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Stop eating physically. What's your limit?
Probably 10.
10 large?
10 large pepperoni pizzas, and honestly, if they were cheese pizzas, that number goes up to 20, easy.
It doubles?
Yes. Yes, bro! The main thing that would slow me down is the grease and the fat from the pepperonis.
That is, you might be one of the most delusional people
McFlurry macros.
that I've ever met.
Carbs in a McDonald's McFlurry. 5 grams of protein.
Okay, so gains.
So gains. We're in there, bro.
Dude, that's like I used to have a friend that would always say gains no matter what the food was. It's like, dude, that's 2 grams of protein and it's like 800 calories. Like, you're not gaining anything.
Nutrition summary. I'm getting conflicting information here because this one says 640 calories with 13 grams of protein. Macros are looking more friendly
For a McFlurry?
for a McFlurry with M&M's candies.
Dude, you're gonna get diabetes before you even get to 30.
I could okay, realistically, like okay, if I
That was
wasn't
the point of the question in the beginning.
if I wasn't trying to die,
Okay.
I could eat I would be very uncomfortable, but I could eat probably 30.
I mean, that's more realistic, but even 30 is, dude, oh my God. I feel like if
My
we
fucking the rest of my week would be ruined though.
done for,
My body would be shutting down.
literally, it wouldn't even react. You'd probably be bedridden for like, your stomach would have hurt so. Dude, there was this one time I ate a whole pack of Oreo Thins. The next day, my day was ruined.
You're
Imagine
fucking weak, dude.
imagine 30 McFlurries with M&Ms.
I've legitimately eaten entire packs of Oreos, and what I would this is back I can't believe I used to do this shit. When I was like still a teenager, and when I say a teenager, I mean like 19, I would like I would get a pack of Oreos and a jar of peanut butter, and that
Mhm,
would like be my night. And I would just like get stoned and
mhm.
like get an Oreo, open it up, get a spoonful of peanut butter, put the peanut butter in between, and just eat the entire pack like that.
Oh
And
my
then be
God.
fucking miserable for the rest of the night.
That is so, the peanut butter adds so many calories.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually crazy. I can't believe at that time, I was like, fuck, man, why am I gaining so much weight?
Yeah, you're just
I'm hitting the gym.
300. Oh my God. I mean, that does sound delicious though. I don't
It
blame
was
you.
so good. And honestly, man, I would do it again.
Wow. Would you though?
I would do it like I would have it would be like a thing I would have to plan like a week in advance.
You just put it in like a Facebook event. What's going on Friday? I'm
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
Oreos with peanut butter.
I feel like because the whole week leading up to that, I'm like, man, I gotta really ease back. I'm gonna have a
Big day tomorrow.
salad.
Big day tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah,
Just practicing, stretching.
yeah.
That's crazy, man. I don't know if I speaking of like bad food or not bad, but speaking of like weird food combos, there's this one thing my mom used to do that she had me do when I was little, and we'd have like Granny Smith apples, and we would put salt on them, and then take a bite, and then put more salt on them. I think that's like a Hispanic thing.
I think I've seen yeah, I think my mom did that, as well. I think she also did that with oranges.
Put salt on them.
Yeah.
That makes sense though. It's like
Salty and
that's
sweet.
yeah, but like the one thing I've noticed with like all of my Hispanic friends, I mean, I'm Hispanic as well, but like they would always go crazy about Takis, like the lime
Yeah.
ones. And I remember trying them for the first time and I was like, I feel like my tongue is numb like after 3 of them. So it's like when you were little, you were eating Granny Smiths with salt. So your tongue you know how like when older people add more seasoning as they get older because it
Yeah,
where
yeah.
that's the same effect, I think.
Your taste buds were dying,
They're
so
dying,
you
so you had to
needed
add
more?
more. But to the average person, it's like, this is disgusting.
I like Takis. They're not,
They're good.
like they're not my go-to chip. What's your go-to chip, actually? I wanna know.
Uh, what's my day looking like? Am I really sitting in and
It's a
enjoying?
crazy question you have to ask me for this
But
question.
it's but what once you see my answer, you'll understand.
Okay.
So am I sitting in chilling like it's playing games
Let's say
or do I
it's a
gotta
f it's 6 PM on a Friday. There are potentially plans in the works.
that makes this so much harder. If there's potentially plans, then I can't go hot Cheetos. Because hot Cheetos will stain everything.
Oh, I mean, fucking dude, eat like an adult, man. Like, what do you mean?
That
What do you are you getting shit just like all over your face like a
I
toddler?
rub them over my face before I eat them.
Yeah. Like you just look like a kid eating spaghetti for the first
Yeah,
time.
I mash all of them up in crumbs and roll around in them like a pig,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I eat. No, like I mean, I would say my go-to chip is probably I've been really into the Simply brand. They use like white cheddar instead of regular. There's these white cheddar Doritos that are so good, and I
That
dip
does
those
sound
in
good.
salsa, and they're
Mm.
really really good. But there's one thing that I do with chips that some people might think is odd, but I think it's a good trick. I will take chips and I will throw them in the fridge so they're extra crunchy.
They don't I feel like that would just make them stale.
No, it keeps them fresh. I promise. I still keep them closed. I don't leave the bag open. I'm not a
Uh-huh.
psycho, but I do throw them in there. And then once
My
they're cool, they're extra crunchy.
my go-to chip is probably like, I don't know if these are like regional, but I really like the Doritos Tapatio chips.
I've been wanting to try those. They're always sold
Those are
out.
really good, man.
Tapatio, man, people sleep on him. I was him for Halloween one year, and I don't know how that's relevant, but I just love that hot sauce so much. It's so good.
What's your go-to hot sauce?
Probably that. Tapatio. I'll put it on like pizza. Well, I have hot sauces for specific foods.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's the
so
correct opinion to have.
so red hot is for chicken, chips, turkey sausage, and then tapatios like for pizza. Cholula is for like Mexican food, like nachos, quesadillas, tacos. So that's how I do
Mhm.
it. What about you?
I'll do like a red hot or a Cristal
Okay.
for like chicken and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not like huge into Cholula. I'll do Tapatio if before I do Cholula.
Yeah, same.
And Valentina as well.
That's a big one.
But I usually go Tapatio over Valentina.
Tapatio just has that. I don't know. It feels like it's designer, but like how designer should be. Like designer clothes. It's not
Mhm.
overpriced, but it has higher quality.
I love hot sauce, man.
Me too. Like I'll get it
It's
on
like
everything.
the people who like can't have spicy food, I feel like you're genuinely missing out on like a
Mm-hmm.
huge part of the culinary canon.
Mm-hmm. It's like not being able to eat seasoning. Like essentially
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, yeah,
seasoning.
literally. Yeah.
Um, I've had friends that are just that were like extremely picky eaters, and I just felt so bad for them because I was like, because I grew up, I thought I was picky, and then I
Mhm.
started trying things. Like the first time I had sushi, I was like 20. It was the first time
Well,
I had
I
sushi.
mean, you're from Michigan.
Yeah, so in Michigan years, I'm pretty cultured.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess what I was more saying is like not a lot of oceans out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no freshwater sushi out here,
Yeah.
but
Like
I,
I think that was something I didn't realize until I was like significantly older. It's like
mhm.
California is there's a lot of like different cultures here,
Mhm.
and because we're like there's so many different like biomes, like
Yeah.
you could have a lot of different kind of food here.
Yeah, there's, like you guys have all of the Pokemon, like, badges. In Michigan,
Yeah,
it
there's
just has leaves.
like where our gym scene is crazy.
Yeah.
There was this kid who like tried to go up against the Elite Four and they killed him. They fucking killed him
In California?
in California.
Yeah, in Michigan, we just have like, 1 Bulbasaur, maybe. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's pretty I tell like, people ask me, like, "What's in Michigan?" It's so funny because 'cause I'm just like, "The conversation has ended." Like, what do you want me to
Yeah.
tell you? Like, it's okay, I guess, if you have nothing else
There's
to
good
do.
skiing out there, isn't there?
I mean, sure. Like, it's nothing to get excited about. I wouldn't travel here, but there are some pretty spots, that's just kinda where everywhere, though. Like, you could probably go to any state and find something.
My favorite band is from Michigan now.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. That is pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, they're going on tour. You should go see them actually. They're going on tour with like 4 other really dope ass bands. The Wax Bodega tour. It's
Ooh.
the tickets are like 20, $30 too.
I feel
See
so
4
bad for
4 dope ass bands.
For sure. I feel really bad for like musicians and artists that are like trying to grow because it's such a saturated market and like
Oh, dude, totally.
everything about the industry is so predatory.
Uh-huh.
So we don't have to
I
get into
will
that, but
say I think the internet has sort of democratized
mhm.
um like who can put music out. Like anybody
Yeah.
who really wants to now can put out an album.
Mhm.
Um but like to promote it is just like, oh dude, you have to like be doing TikTok dances
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah. And
Like it
unique
really
ones.
does. Yeah, and it I don't know, man. Like I feel bad for the like serious artists
Mhm.
who like in order for anybody to see what they've actually worked on, they have to like
Abandon the
cap-
craft.
they have to capitulate to like these social media platforms.
Yeah. It's like you're not just a musician. You're a marketer, you have to think
Yeah.
about branding. Like there's all these different factors that take away from what really matters to you in the first place. It's the creativity and the expression.
You see Universal Music Group took off all their
Dude,
music from TikTok?
I can't even wrap my head around how much that matters.
I don't get why they would make that decision.
I don't understand it, but I do get it. I get it because of greed, but I don't
Okay, yeah, yeah.
but I don't understand it because it's like it's such a stupid move.
So it's so short-sighted.
Yeah.
Like TikTok is literally where the people are. That's where people find music now.
Yeah.
Like so many artists these days
Mhm.
would not have the platform or the following that they have without TikTok.
Like and they added, did you see they use Spotify?
Do I use Spotify?
Yeah, do you use Spotify?
Yeah, I do.
They have this like feature where if you click on the sound, you can add it to your liked playlist on Spotify directly once you link Spotify. So
Mm,
like I don't have to go and search the song and like wonder where it is. It's just bam, it's instantly on and I stay in the app. So it's like now that they've taken out all of this music, there's just so much is lost.
yeah. It's so short-sighted to me because so the whole reason they did it was because like, oh, people are re-uploading music to make
Yeah.
their own sounds and artists are not seeing that streaming revenue. So we're going to cut that off.
Mhm.
But fucking you're not artists aren't seeing streaming revenue to begin
Yeah.
with.
Right.
Like you're not giving them anything.
Yeah.
You aren't seeing the streaming revenue you want to. So as an act of like retaliation, it seems like
Mhm.
they're just like taking all their music away from the teenagers.
Yeah, and they
I don't
blamed it
know.
on TikTok too. They said
Yeah,
like it was, of course, they were like it's their fault that they didn't reach the agreement or whatever by the date. But it's like, dude, there was just so much opportunity there. And
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be kind of a moment in the music timeline And it's already started to happen with TikTok where musicians are realizing that they can kind of be their own marketer and build their own brand
Yeah.
and sell their own music rather than making literally like pennies off of streams, you know?
Yeah.
But it sucks for
I
the people that are involved that are screwed now and they're contractually binded.
But also, like, as a new artist, like, how do you make money? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
You don't.
Like, because 'cause you're not making anything off streaming, not really,
Mm-mm.
and people aren't buying analog forms of music. I mean, records are sort of becoming, like, more mainstream, but, like, even still, that's such a small portion of the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know, man.
there's it's merch and touring. That's like
Yeah,
the two
yeah,
biggest things that I've heard. I'm not in the space, but that's what I've heard.
yeah.
But
I don't know, man. It seems like an exciting and a very difficult time to be a music. I mean, I am a musician, but to be like somebody who's like trying to make a career out of music.
mhm. Yeah, I mean,
We just don't value the arts here in the States.
yeah, and TikTok is constantly getting like there's always like a hearing, like what's next. Every year there's a TikTok hearing, how they're trying to take the platform down, this and that, like security, music. It's always something. It's like just let them do their thing, man. Like as long as they're not, you know, endangering anybody. Like the music is, it was so mutually beneficial for everybody, which
I
makes.
truly feel like this is like one of the dumbest decisions Universal could have made.
Hmm.
'Cause, like, it just feels incredibly I don't know what the conversations look like on their end, but it feels incredibly short-sighted.
Hmm. Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen. I mean, like I said, I think it's just it's fun. It is funny to see all of the people like making fun of it in a way where there's like they're showing like people make edits and it's like to these super silly songs.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah.
section is funny, but obviously there's people that are truly affected. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see like I don't know. Do they come to an agreement? Do artists more artists start going solo? Like what happens? Are they just screwed?
There's there's no Olivia Rodrigo without TikTok.
Mhm.
There's no, I mean, I guess you could argue that Noah Khan could have existed, but I don't think Noah Khan sees the success he sees without TikTok.
Mhm.
Ty Verdes, who's another TikTok artist that I really like. I don't know, man. Like so many artists
Mhm.
wouldn't have the following that they have without TikTok. Because people are on like that's the thing that fucking blows my mind is like the Universal used to spend, I mean, and they still do, but like there was a point where Universal was spending so much money on market research to figure out like how are we going to reach
Yeah.
people? How
Yeah.
are we going to reach a specific group of people? How are we going to reach young women, young men, adult women, adult men?
Mhm.
You know, how
Mhm.
people in this field or whatever. Now everybody's on TikTok.
Literally.
They did TikTok did the work for you, man.
Mhm.
All you have to do is like let them play your music.
Yeah.
I don't know. It blows my mind.
It's just one of those things where it's greed comes into play. Like
Yeah.
that's really all it comes down to. You know, it's like you said, it's short sighted. It's just like, you know, it reminds me of like when Mr. Beast was talking about people taking clips and YouTubers would complain about it. And it was like the whole point of them taking clips and promoting you actually benefits you in the long term. And that's kind of how the music was like the promotion was being done that would help you because people are now privy to all these new artists that they wouldn't have known about if it wasn't for TikTok. So
Yeah.
now they have to go back to the drawing board and be like, how do we promote to all these people? Because now no one can find our music through the most used app. But I
Damn,
don't know.
got serious there.
I know that was weird. Like, all right, so if you're watching this, pretty much we decided to do a podcast. We always would have good conversations, and the topics are just what's on our daily mind, what's relevant. Most of the time, it's going to be jokes. Sometimes it'll get serious, like it did on the first episode. But the name of the podcast is "Be Serious" because, ironically, everything we talk about is made up.
We can never seem to be serious. We're figuring it out.
Yeah,
Welcome to the pod. Listen where podcasts are available, and yeah, share with your friends and let us know in how are people going to contact us.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. Connect with us on LinkedIn.
Like
No,
YouTube.
yeah, let us drop us a comment. Let us know what your thoughts on any of the conversations that we have
Hmm.
are, as well as some conversations you guys would like us to dive into. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world.
Hmm.
So you could definitely let us know what your thoughts are, and we'll maybe give our thoughts on it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. We'll have real conversations. We'll have made up conversations, but we're just trying to figure it out, like he said. And that's how it is in a podcast when you first start. You really don't know what to do, but you quickly figure it out. And that's what we're trying to do. So, peace.
Bye.